What is up, guys? MACABESPEED coming at ya. Great little quick episode today, exploring 3 new slug options in the 25 caliber Hatsan Invader. If you're a fan of the channel and subscribed and you've been watching the recent videos we've been putting out, this thing is showing strong potential for being a very budget-minded slug gun. We got 3 new offerings today from the Griffin factory, provided to the channel courtesy of Ed M. Ed M, hats off to you, brother. I cannot thank you enough for this great offering of ammunition to test here at the range. We've got a full magazine of each of these hollow base varieties loaded up, and I chose the hollow base variety because the hollow base typically works better in lower powered rifles. You've got 3 targets set up at 25 yards, and I know that 25 yards isn't a very great distance, but by the same token, it will definitely show if there are any competitors in this test that have true potential. Let's get right into it with the first one, the 23 grain hollow cup hollow base. All right. Starting with the target on the left-hand side, point of aim is dead center. Nowhere near as good as the results as we saw last week with the NSAs so far, but honestly, that's how you find these. That's how you find things like this out. You just gotta test them. All right, gentlemen, a 3-inch group at 25 yards is definitely less than stellar. I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing a nice top up so we can keep our testing consistent, and then we'll go ahead and get right into the secondary group. Alright guys, all topped back up and ready to test out the 23 grain hollow point hollow base with the low density core. Now what is a low density core? It's basically a plastic insert that goes in the interior of that hollow point cup to aid in expansion and energy dump on target. Let's get right into it with the 23 grain variety. Promising. Really promising. That looks good from here, man. I can't see that well, but that looks good to me. And that's the end of the mag. That's an absolutely night and day different group to the one that's sitting on the left of it. There are very small differences between these slugs, but it seems like these small differences make a really big difference downrange. Final offering on deck today is going to be the 31 grain hollow point hollow base XL. And this is also from the Griffin factory. Final target on the right. Suppose we should top it up, shouldn't we? All right. Keeping all that testing consistent for you guys, getting right into it. once again, just not as quite. It's like we got the Goldilocks story here. We got mama bear, daddy bear, and baby bear, right? And the mama bear is right in the middle there with those 23 grain LDC slugs from Griffin. The hollow base really seems to lend itself to working well in a lower powered rifle, but with so many hollow base varieties out there, you're never gonna know which one works for your specific setup unless you get out to the range and test it, guys. Alright guys, I know there's been a few episodes lately where we haven't had our crawny information at the range. That's because I film the episodes kind of in a batch, where I go out to the range and I film a bunch of episodes on one day. The day that I went out to film the most recent episodes for you guys, my crawny gave me a ton of problems, and I wasn't able to generate the information for you. So here we are at the Airgun Lab in Oakley, California, getting that good, solid crawny data for you. We're going to start out with a 23 grain hollow base, hollow point slug from Griffin, just like we saw on the range. Now, previously when we came out to the Airgun Lab, we just had the backstop here and we didn't have the ballistic gel. The management has asked us to go ahead and use a gel block to go ahead and capture most of the energy of these rounds so we can minimize the lead dust indoors, guys. So that's why we have the ballistic gel here today, but it is an added benefit for you boys at home, seeing exactly what the penetration and expansion might be of the rounds tested today. The 23 grain Griffins online first. Fire. Seven, 8, 1. Seven, 9, 1. Seven, 8, 7. Up next with a 23 grain hollow point, hollow base LDC core. Fire. Really impressive stuff as far as the energy dump is concerned, guys. This is the piece that just came back towards the shooter station there because so much lead had built up so shallow in our target. This is a direct comparison between 23 grain LDC standard version on this side. I think we're seeing exactly why this one costs so much more. Alright guys, we got the very last offering that we'll be testing today, the 31 grain extra large hollow point hollow base from Griffin. Fire. Pretty consistent. I'm glad we tethered it at this test. The slow motion footage has to look cool on this considering how far we moved the block, guys. Once again, I know that 25 yards isn't too great of a distance, but it does help us to go ahead and build that library of information so that we know what slugs are going to be viable at those longer distances. This would be a great place to end today's video, but if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. You want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so that you can stay current on the channel as well as when new videos come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you in the next one.